Good morning.
Morning.
The big game is here, back to the old club. Just wonder what's going through your mind at the moment, because I know it's a draw, obviously you've been aware of for a little while, but I mean, going back to a club that's in just such good form at the moment as well.
Yeah, I said it. It's mixed feelings because on the one hand, the last time I was there in any competitive capacity was the famous Leicester game at home. It's my last game there. But now I'm coming obviously as the opponent, and I think everybody at Burnley Football Club is looking forward to go to the Etihad tomorrow, and hopefully just show our best side.
What sort of test will it be for your team? Because obviously they're going very well. They had a wonderful win in midweek. Haaland is scoring goals for fun. What do you make of them, and what do you make of him at the moment?
Yeah, I think you can clearly see that the team is improving as the season progresses. You can clearly see it. I mean, I always remember that playing for Pep, always the first year is a little bit difficult because he has a lot of information, a lot of concepts that are very different from anywhere usually you play previously. And then you've kind of got to make it happen. And I don't think any players... I remember Riyad Mahrez in his very first season, I think, no matter how much money they bought him for, he was on the bench for the first season, most of it. And towards the end, then he became a very important player for us. And then, ever since he's performed well. But what I'm saying is I think Haaland has obviously had more pressure than any other player joining, because in the first season, at a young age, it's expected for him to already be at his best. But he'll only get better. And you can already see clear signs of improvement in his game. His goal scoring is always unbelievable, but his overall game is improved, and it's only gonna keep improving.
Would you fancy playing against him?
Because I was naturally a competitor. Yes, there's a couple of big names that I played against, obviously, in my time. But I would have always enjoyed the challenge.
You'd have come out on top, Vinny. The FA Cup is a special competition to many people around the world, isn't it? Has it always been that way for you? Obviously, as a player, you've won it a couple of times, but how special is it for you?
I've obviously, the FA Cup was personally my first trophy in English football. And I remember the very first time we won it, we celebrated it like we won the league. It was some crazy scenes. And I think this trophy has always meant more than any other cup competition in the world. Domestic cup competition. I can only say it feels like it's harder to win it as well than the other ones. And being where we are in the quarterfinals is obviously a very good achievement for us as a club to finally be in those big games, and to have a chance to just compete, compete at that level.
Your family are Blues, aren't they, Manchester City fans? Have they said anything to you, the kids? Have they said, "Come on, Dad, make this one easy"?
No, the kids are family first, always. But it's undeniable. It's a club with a special place in our hearts. But on the day, I think I can move past. I can move forward in terms of also appreciating what it means to just coach there, to bring a team there that's hopefully going to do the fans proud. And I think past the emotional, for me, there's also just the fact that it's an event for the club, and it's for the club to enjoy this day, hopefully.
How much are you looking forward to that moment when you take your team out at the Etihad?
Look, it's the first time, so it's obviously different. But in terms of my mindset, is no different than. I mean, my mindset is to just do my job and be prepared, and I think the core message for us is just go out there and work hard. I don't have a feeling I need to be doing anything other than trying to give maybe the 1% extra to the team. You know, that's it. And I'm extremely grateful for every moment I've been able to experience at Man City. But I have to approach this game in the same way I've approached every game when I was a player for Man City, which is do my job and live for that.
Cheers, Vinny.
Give me a mic to that 11 spots.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
It's Belgian media. Sorry, guys. It will be in Dutch.
They're used to it.
Ja, Vincent. Was je blij met de loting? Het is natuurlijk een club waar je een groot verleden bij hebt.
Het is de moeilijkste loting die er bestaat natuurlijk. Dus het wordt gewoon een moeilijke wedstrijd. Maar voor onze jongens is het ook een beloning voor een mooi seizoen. En ik weet hoe moeilijk het is. Dus we maken ons geen illusies. Alleen willen we hopelijk misschien dat momentje pakken. Maar ja, voornamelijk een mooie wedstrijd voor de jongens die het op dit moment echt fantastisch gedaan hebben dit seizoen.
Dus je ziet het meer als een leerrijke ervaring eigenlijk voor de ploeg?
Maar we zijn altijd strijdvaardig en we gaan echt hard werken. Maar het blijft, wij zijn een ploeg die de Championship wilt winnen en zij zijn een ploeg die de Champions League wilt winnen. Dus daar blijft het verschil in en we moeten gewoon, zoals in het voetbal, altijd geloven in onze kans, maar ook rustig en realistisch zijn en voornamelijk zien dat we momenten hebben in deze wedstrijd. En van daaruit blijven de spelregels hetzelfde. Er kan altijd iets gebeuren, maar het is altijd moeilijk.
Wat verwacht je van de wedstrijd zelf? Want het is natuurlijk tegen een grote tegenstander en ook een coach waar je vaak soms mee vergeleken wordt. Je hebt dat ook niet zo graag, weet ik. Maar,
zolang ik mezelf niet vergelijk, is het oké. Is de beste trainer met een ongelooflijke ploeg. Moeilijke wedstrijd. En ik hoef er verder niet te veel over na te denken. Het is gewoon een moeilijke wedstrijd, super moeilijke wedstrijd. En we moeten er het beste van maken.
Zorgt het voor extra spanning voor u persoonlijk, omdat het tegen een ploeg is waar je een groot verleden bij hebt?
Misschien even in het begin, maar daarna is het gewoon mijn werk doen en zien dat de jongens misschien dat extra procent bijbreng. Het is mijn eigen ploeg. Maar voor de rest leg ik mezelf niet te veel druk op. Nogmaals, zij willen de Champions League winnen, wij willen de Championship winnen. Daar ligt het verschil.
Het is een uitwedstrijd in de Etihad. Had je liever een thuiswedstrijd gehad voor de fans en ook voor de ploeg? Of ben je toch blij dat je terugkeert?
Maar in deze bekercompetitie had ik sowieso liever een thuiswedstrijd gehad. Maar een uitwedstrijd in dit geval is geen slechte zaak. Thanks.
Thank you. Hi, Vincent. You've obviously been asked a lot about what this game means to you and your emotions. What have you said to the players about it? Because obviously this is something that you're on course to make a league fixture next season. What have you said to them about the challenge ahead?
Nothing yet. We had a recovery day yesterday, and then today we had a chance to prepare for this game, but the players are still to come in, and we'll start preparing fully from, I think, in about a couple of hours I see the players, and that's when they'll hear my first words about this game.
But do you plan to tell them any sort of different than you might do for an ordinary league fixture?
No, I think, look, they've earned the right to look forward to the fixture. And I said it in Dutch, maybe you caught it, but I said they're trying to win the Champions League, we're trying to win the Championship, you know. So I think all things considered, we don't have to put too much pressure on ourselves, but still, you know, have the desire to get something out of the game. And sometimes these type of games, you know, the result is one thing and we all want to win, but you know, I'm sure many teams have come to the Etihad and tried to win. I'm sure that if you look at, I shouldn't have done, but I looked at the record of championship teams at the Etihad. You know, it's not great. So you got to get something out of this game, but it's hopefully a result. But there's so much more to get out of this game for us, and we'll see. My main focus is on getting the best performance we can have on the day. And then we'll see.
Okay. I'm going to just ask on the team news front as well. How's Jay Rodriguez, and are there any other concerns going into the game?
We'll assess literally, you caught me before the coaches' meeting, so that's why I get all the fresh information.
Okay, thank you.
Cameras off, please, guys. Can I just before the cameras go off, would you mind? Can I just? It's not a Burnley matter, but Patrick Vieira's lost his job today. Could I just ask you for one answer, just to react to that dismissal, please?
Yeah, look, I've mainly been focused on the Championship, obviously. So when I heard the news, rather than to go emotional on it, is I tried to understand why, and I looked at the league table first, which I look at the Championship league table every now and then, not too much the Premier League. And I looked at the league table and I was just checking out, okay, Palace. So I thought they were in the bottom 3 or something and, 5 points behind. And then I see they're 12th with actually 3 points ahead of relegation. So from my objective kind of rational mind, I would say at the beginning of the season that Crystal Palace would be very happy if they weren't in the relegation zone based on the squad they have assembled and the quality of the players. They've obviously... Then the second thing I do is I look at, because then I hear that it's about the run of games. So I look at the run of games they've had and I see Newcastle, Chelsea, United twice, City, informed teams Brentford and Brighton. I see that Zaha has been missing for 4 or 5 games within that spell. And I look at the next games that are left and I see Leeds, Nottingham Forest, Wolves, all the teams that are Everton, all the teams that are competing with at the bottom of the league are still to come, and they've just had the hardest run of games it could be, missing one of their star players. And then I have to be honest, it doesn't sit well with me. Because if you're rational, if someone is underachieving like you're underachieving on your job or I'm underachieving on my job, if you're underachieving in comparison to the resources you have, then I think it's fair enough that a club makes a decision. But I think if you're overachieving, which is what they are doing, then I think whoever's making the decision's got to come forward and say, well, okay, I made the decision because I think that at the end of the season, we are going to be safe because of that decision. Because actually what you've done is taken out a manager who's overachieving, no matter which way you want to turn it. And that side of it, I think is a problem in general in football.
Thanks, appreciate that.